What's happening, Spotlight fam? Get ready, because the news cycle is absolutely electric, and we've got the hottest updates dropping right now that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. From the silver screen to the complexities of modern relationships, we're diving deep into the stories that everyone will be talking about. We've got a film that's redefining the rom-com genre with some seriously unhinged takes on love, pushing boundaries and making us laugh until it hurts. Then, we're shifting gears to explore the wild world of open relationships and the hilarious chaos that erupts when expectations collide with reality. Stick around, because this is the kind of intel you only get here at Cyrus Spotlight. Don't touch that dial, and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on, because you won't want to miss a single second. A hilarious and insightful rom-com that redefines the genre. This film is making waves by taking an unconventional approach to romantic comedies, offering a fresh perspective on modern relationships. It delves into the complexities of love, commitment, and the hilarious consequences of trying to navigate these waters with a unique and often unhinged take. Splitsville, directed by Michelangelo Covino and co-written with Kyle Marvin, stars Dakota Johnson, Adria Arjona, Michelangelo Covino, and Kyle Marvin. The movie is described as a comedy drama that runs for 100 minutes and has received a strong rating, suggesting it's a must-watch for fans of the genre. The premise kicks off with Carrie, played by Kyle Marvin, facing a divorce from his wife Ashley, portrayed by Adria Arjona. What follows is a journey into the messy world of relationships, further complicated when Carrie's friends, Michelangelo Covino and Dakota Johnson, find their own marriage in jeopardy due to their decision to explore an open relationship. This sets the stage for a comedic exploration of jealousy, insecurity, and the often absurd ways people cope with relationship stress. The dynamic between Covino and Marvin, who previously collaborated on The Climb, is highlighted as a key strength, with their ability to dissect the psychology of friendship and dating through over-the-top humor. Their interplay, marked by witty banter and dark humor as a coping mechanism, creates genuinely funny moments. A standout comedic sequence involves a choreographed fight between the two friends that, while perhaps slightly overextended, is lauded for its sheer audacity and comedic impact within the context of the film. Beneath the humor, the film offers a critique of why individuals opt for open relationships, exploring themes of self-doubt and the fear of rejection that can lead to a comedy of errors. The screenplay is praised for its nuanced look at 21st century love, where the desire for romance often leads characters to inadvertently push it away. Dakota Johnson's performance is noted for its grounded comedic force, using dry, passive-aggressive humor that effectively portrays her character's insecurities and amplifies those of the men around her. The ensemble cast, including Nicholas Braun and David Castaneda, is also recognized for their contributions, expanding the film's exploration of tangled relationships. While the film is celebrated for its humor and insightful commentary, there's a debate about whether the characters truly learn from their experiences, with the ending perceived by some as a bit too neat. However, the overall consensus points to Splitsville as an excellent and funny rom-com that delivers on its promise of witty dialogue and poignant observations. Don't go anywhere, because what we've just seen is just the beginning of the twists and turns in the world of modern romance. Next up, we're diving even deeper into the chaotic dynamics of relationships that challenge the norm. Dakota Johnson shines in a chaotic, subversive anti-rom-com. This film is being hailed as a sharp, subversive take on messy modern love, with Dakota Johnson at its core, anchoring the chaos with her signature style. It's a film that plays with rom-com tropes, tearing them down to expose the often stark contrast between progressive ideals and actual behavior. Splitsville is described as a screwball breakup farce, directed by Michelangelo Covino, who also co-wrote the screenplay with Kyle Marvin. The film stars Dakota Johnson, Adria Arjona, Michelangelo Covino, and Kyle Marvin, and is noted for its knowing irreverence, placing it alongside other recent genre standouts that pierce rom-com formulas with genuine vulnerability. Unlike Materialists, which was sly and composed, Splitsville is characterized as brasher, looser, and frequently very funny, offering a cracked mirror of modern relationships. The film opens with a hilariously discordant scene where Carrie, Marvin, and Ashley Arjona sing, "Whenever I Call You Friend," before Ashley abruptly declares her desire for a divorce and reveals she's seeing other people. Stunned, Carrie seeks solace at the lakeside home of friends Julie, Johnson, and Paul Covino, who are in an open marriage. However, their seemingly progressive facade quickly cracks as Paul becomes possessive and Julie questions his frequent business trips. The narrative further complicates as Carrie tries to prove his own modern cool by moving back in with Ashley, only to be overwhelmed by her various lovers, including a dopey bartender and a peeved mentalist played by Nicholas Braun. This leads to comic brawls between Carrie and Paul, escalating into animated, cartoon-like chaos as they grapple with their imploding marriages, overstaying guests, and damaged friendship. The film's visual style, with its freewheeling camera work and chapter headings resembling divorce documents, adds to its unique aesthetic. Johnson's performance is a standout, described as having feline grace and a Cheshire cat grin, grounding the film with her cool restraint. The ensemble acting is strong overall, with the characters often overestimating their capacity for honesty and liberation. The film is not subtle, but this is part of its charm, offering a bracingly funny portrait of love and hypocrisy. Despite the chaos and jealous outbursts, the film is seen as a welcome tonic in a multiplex landscape often dominated by sequels and superheroes, providing a messy, grown-up comedy that resonates with contemporary attitudes towards love and relationships. This dive into relationship chaos is truly something else, isn't it? But we're not done yet. Prepare yourselves for another look at this film that's shaking up the rom-com scene. An energetic comedy of manners and a satire on modern marriage. This film is presented as an energetic comedy of manners and a sharp satire on the complexities and absurdities of modern marriage. It features two protagonists who grapple with understanding their partner's desires, showcasing a persistent, albeit often misguided, effort to navigate relationship dynamics. Splitsville, directed by Michelangelo Covino and co-written by him and Kyle Marvin, stars Kyle Marvin, Michelangelo Covino, Dakota Johnson, and Adria Arjona. The film, released in 2025, is rated at a value of $15 by Cyrus Spotlight, indicating its perceived worth as an entertainment experience. The narrative begins with Carrie, Marvin, driving to visit his friend Paul Covino and Paul's partner Julie, Johnson. During this drive, Carrie's wife, Ashley Arjona, informs him of her decision to end their marriage. Carrie's immediate reaction is to avoid a meaningful conversation, suggesting a pattern of avoidance in their relationship. Subsequently, Carrie learns that Paul and Julie have opted for an open marriage to resolve their marital issues, leading to a cascade of misunderstandings, miscommunications, and farcical scenarios involving partner swapping. The film is characterized as an offbeat rom-com that, despite its unconventional approach, adheres to fairly conventional structures. Some viewers might find the characters irritatingly self-unaware, with the men depicted as emotionally dependent and the women as more perceptive and patient. The film's characters inhabit a privileged world, appearing self-obsessed and only vaguely aware of their privilege. However, the creators, Covino and Marvin, who previously collaborated on The Climb, have meticulously crafted the script, infusing it with chuckles, witty exchanges, and verbal zingers. A notable comedic sequence is deliberately extended to maximize its humorous effect. The film is also noted for its charm and suitability as a date movie, featuring a memorable cameo by Nicholas Braun. A peculiar detail mentioned is the emphasis on Kyle Marvin's physique, with multiple references and a sight gag, including a shower scene to highlight this aspect, though the reviewer suggests this is secondary to the film's broader comedic intent. It's clear this film is packed with humor and commentary on relationships. But before we wrap up our look at Splitsville, there's one more angle we need to explore. A riotous black comedy dissecting commitment and masculinity. This film presents a compelling argument for the complexities of commitment, using a riotous black comedy to explore the fallout when traditional notions of "until death do us part" are challenged, leading to unexpected and often humorous consequences. Splitsville, directed by Michelangelo Covino and co-written with Kyle Marvin, stars Kyle Marvin, Adria Arjona, Michelangelo Covino, and Dakota Johnson. The story unfolds as Carrie, Marvin, and Ashley Arjona are on their way to a friend's summer house. A fatal accident involving the car behind them serves as a wake-up call for Ashley, prompting her to leave Carrie. This event fuels Carrie's desire to win her back, and he continues his journey, arriving at his destination ready for introspection. His quest for understanding marital dynamics becomes entangled when he discovers his friends, Paul Covino and Julie Johnson, have agreed to an open relationship. A subsequent encounter between Carrie and Julie leads to the dissolution of both Julie's marriage and the friendship between Carrie and Paul. The fallout escalates into an over-the-top brawl between the two friends, Marvin and Covino, as they channel their fragile male egos into destructive violence, a cathartic release stemming from their failed relationships and damaged friendship. This extended fight sequence is lauded as a feat of go-for-broke physical comedy and stunts, eliciting both laughter and wincing. Covino's direction imbues Splitsville with hilarious irreverence, drolly exploding the myth of heteronormative monogamy and also scrutinizing the polyamorous game, especially as Ashley rebounds with multiple partners. The film skillfully balances romance and bromance, with Paul and Ashley attempting to reconcile with their partners, while Carrie and Paul strive to mend their friendship. Johnson's portrayal of Julie is noted for its coolness, aligning with her established persona. Marvin and Covino's rapport as longtime friends is evident, contributing to the humor derived from male friendships. Their knack for unearthing humor in male friendships and satirizing male behavior, as seen in their previous film, The Climb, is once again on display. Splitsville wickedly skewers the fragile nature of masculinity and how relationship dynamics evolve, commenting on contemporary attitudes towards gender, marriage equality, and the patriarchy. And that wraps up our deep dive into Splitsville and its wild take on modern relationships. But the news doesn't stop here, so stick around for a quick recap and all the ways you can stay connected with us. It was a whirlwind tour of the latest buzz. We saw Splitsville redefine the rom-com with its hilariously unhinged take on relationships. Then, we explored the chaotic, messy realities of modern love in another sharp, subversive look at the genre. We also dissected the film as an energetic satire on modern marriage, highlighting its witty exchanges and unique comedic approach. Finally, we experienced the riotous black comedy that skewers masculinity and commitment with over-the-top humor. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered takes, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our socials to stay in the loop.